Hi guys, Jake and MJ back in for more live reactions to Kishiryu Sentai Ryusoulger. Alright.
It's starting to get to me because I'm just like, wait, the Sentai arms again?
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Because there's no Power Rangers in between.
Yeah.
Yep.
My brain is just going, too many Sentai, not enough Power Rangers. What's going on here?
Yeah, it's on
Not that I don't enjoy the Sentai, I do. It's just that I have a rhythm in my head.
Yeah.
We do one kind of review, we do the other kind, we do the other kind, we do the other kind. We did some more pickup shots the other night.
Yeah,
you gotta put the AC in the studio so that I can go for longer.
Yeah. Just gotta cool
because
that whole
Dr.
place.
K's uniform is made of wool.
Yeah, I just gotta really like ice that whole room down before bringing in actors.
Yeah.
So 88 is still chugging along. A lot of it is filmed at this point.
Mm-hmm.
And I've got like just a handful of shots left to
I know I've got some pickups I need to do.
Yeah, and it's just you and me at this point.
But we've been doing them at like half an hour to 40 minutes at a time because then I overheat the Dr. K costume.
Yeah, the weather, it's getting too warm right now, and also you've just been swamped with work.
That too. I'm working those 13-hour shifts, so we really only get to film on weekdays after I come home from work, or on my weekend, which I try to avoid because I'm working 13-hour shifts, so I really can use my Tuesday off.
And even then, this is what we do on Mondays, and you got other stuff to do, so...
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
my weekends are pretty packed because I'm working so much. I don't have time to do other... I gotta do my laundry, I gotta,
hopefully those long shifts will not go on for too long, we're hoping.
It's gonna go on until they manage to hire someone.
Like, it's one of those things where it's like, I almost want to apply so that you can have your weekends back, but then I wouldn't have them to work with you, so it'd be completely moot, and also I'm not qualified.
You're not. You're really not.
But...
It's only because we have no openings for level 1s. You would be fine at level 1.
Fair enough. But that's also not anything that I'm interested in. But yeah, that's so work has been keeping busy. And you can work yourself up
because you are smart like that. If you ever decided to go into that as a career, you would make a fine level 1 and you could work your way up. But here's the thing: you're going to grad school to be a teacher. So go be a teacher. Yeah, that'd be pointless. But yeah, not too much going on the Power Rangers front at the moment, since we're still on a hiatus. There was some news posted recently that Hasbro is opening up an animation studio out in Ireland, I believe, though, which is interesting. So there's word that they may be developing some animated films or series. We don't know what yet. So we don't know. They own the Transformers, don't they?
Yeah, Transformers, G.I. Joe, My Little Pony.
Yeah, those are classic cartoons.
Yeah, so we have no idea if any of that is like has any bearing on Power Rangers.
Exactly.
It's just Hasbro news. Although I know there
has been speculation.
We've had, like 20 years of speculation of Power Rangers becoming an animated series, which I'll admit we're probably closer to being a possibility than in the past, but I feel like
it would really lose a lot of its pizzazz if it was no longer based on Sentai.
Exactly.
So unless they're about to come out with a cartoon Sentai for us to base our stuff on.
Yeah. And also just if it were no longer based on Sentai and no longer live action, you'd be losing two of the things that really make it unique. We'll see what develops from there. I'm sure Hasbro has some plan for moving forward after Beast Morphers. We just have no clue what it is.
Oh, yeah.
So we're keeping our eyes on that. And we'll keep on the lookout for news, and we'll let you know if anything exciting happens. So
now we're going to watch some...
Which most of you will probably know before we mention it, because we're not a news source.
Exactly. And besides which, we're also not doing the Saturdays, so it'll be a while.
Anyway.
We don't.
Alright, so let's check out episode 11 of Kishiryu Sentai Ryusoulger, the Quiz King of Flames. Quiz
I almost said that next episode's title again. Whoa, dizzy making. Yes, this is a quiz. What's an edible type of pan?
Pancakes.
No, breads.
It's Spanish. He is a Sphinx.
Apparently. It's a pancake. Come on, dude.
No, it's pan is Spanish for bread.
It could go either way. Waisul is very excited.
Or
Or,
Portuguese for bread.
that's also true. It's either Portuguese for bread or it's pancakes.
Yeah.
That is a wacky looking clam there. Hey. Yeah, boom.
Oh, that's interesting. I never realized that.
What?
When they stand that close to each other, their circles cut into one another.
Okay.
So the little blue guy was one of the blue guys was inside the red circle.
Yeah. Okay, rolling.
Well, this is a clam, clearly.
Or something. I mean, they're usually based off some sort of mythological creature.
Except when they were prehistoric.
Well, I'm referring to, well, with this series,
Yeah.
they're generally mythological creatures.
Whoa!
Oh wait, are we? Oh, illusion. Look more carefully. Cool.
Now they both think Meltos drew it on. This isn't on purpose, right?
It wasn't on purpose, right? Okay, that's fun. The show's wacky.
Well, he reminds me an awful lot of clam-based Pokemon.
Yeah.
With the shell and the, like, it looks like little cannons coming out of it.
Yeah. Yeah, the shelter.
Or Clamperl.
This isn't the project. Dun dun. Ding bada bada. Boom! Gyata hikaru sudo, chikate bataru do. Momo, ritai, kono sekai, nagase da nai to, kimi tamera sono michi o yuke yo. Tadashiki en maru, yushi no akashai, saasoru o hitotsu ni. Dona toki demo nigenai, dynamic no dachi. Hagana no chikara, kirate hikaru sudo, chikate bataru do. Yume wa hitore de miru yori minande, mira no futsuku naru. Kata no deki ne no, dokaku kete go. Seigi ni tsukayame yo tate, Kishiryu Sentai Ryusoulger. Eventually we'll stop fumbling.
Right here and that right there. Otherwise, I actually felt pretty confident this
Yeah,
time.
we're doing pretty good there. That was a good one, I think. That was a pretty good one. It's always a challenge.
I did it a cappella a couple times
Neutral
before we
magnetism.
started.
But yeah, like we've had a dragon, a unicorn, a kraken. I don't know what this one is.
It could be a Japanese specific myth like Kappas. I mean, I don't think this is a Kappa, but
It looks like some sort of giant clam monster.
yeah. But I'm just saying it could be a non-European fantasy monster that you don't think of right off the top. He's gonna ask another riddle.
I ask you this. Say me 10 times. Ten times?
is a raven like a writing desk? Oh, the Minosaur ran away.
I love how they showed the dotted line where it was whoa!
What? What's a whoa?
He just seemed like he was about to spill his tea.
Oh, okay. Quiz.
クイズなんかクイズ出すので間違えると愚か者って言って火を吹く
What?
怖っ。私クイズ苦手。
Did you just fall asleep randomly? What's happening?
このクイズディメボルゲーム
Okay, so he was just kind of delving into his mind.
かつてそのあまりにも強大な力に竜像族も恐れ真っ先に封印した騎士竜がいたそれがディメトロドンから生み出された炎の騎士竜ディメボルゲーム
Volcano.
汝に問う
そう言ってた
なんでお父さんがそんなこと知ってるの？
Did he just get
That
temporarily
wasn't.
possessed?
He was possessed.
That was weird.
That man was possessed.
ねえなんで知ってんだろうねしかも寝言だったよね
What?
ね
What? That was weird.
そういえば
That reminds me. What did that remind you of? Okay.
Something in a
古
book.
文書にもそんな記述が古文書村の歴史を記したものがあった
You just happen to have a copy with that with you when you
I
ran
guess
away.
so. There lived a Dino Knight of Flame who enjoyed questions.
答えられたものにのみ力を与え
Only his power
答えられぬものは
Okay.
灼熱の炎で排とされた
Yep.
シリの質問に何て答えたらいいか書いてあるはずだ
Nope.
破り取られてる
That page
page
is
is missing.
missing. What? What did you do? Did you use it as a napkin?
Probably.
Why did you use it as a
昔
napkin?
メル
What
ト
is
が
it?
これ読んでた時
何してんの？
What?
アスナには分かんないよ
見せて。
What?
待って
あ、じゃあ、
おい
Okay, so she accidentally tore it.
待って
And what? They lost it?
バカ力
メルトならそんなのカンニングしなくても答えられるでしょ？
そう
It came with a cheat sheet before.
確かにメルトなら絶対大丈夫だ早速シリに会いに行こう待って
Wacky zoom in close-ups.
予習をさせて
It's
くれ
just riddles, dude. What are you...
Okay, this is kind of cute.
Oh,
Really? Frame backpacks for this?
I guess so.
Oh!
Oh, he's got a whole bunch of books.
この辺りだ
He's got a bunch of riddle books.
Look, if he's got to do the answer,
I'm not
why doesn't
familiar
anybody
with-
else do the carrying?
I'm not familiar with the knee one. That's an interesting one. And Demon Volcano.
He might just have been supposed to say 10 times.
I think so. Hello, giant Lego
He showed
dinosaur.
respect.
あなたに話があってきました
You have some decent manners. That's nice.
Just said he showed some respect.
なんか聞いたことある
What is flooded above but flooded below as well.
上も下も洪水？
上は洪水で下が大火事だった黒だだよね
メルト！
Yeah, go with it. Yeah, say a hot bath.
早く
It's a hot bath. Just say a hot bath. They told you. Trust them. Do it.
やめろ期待するな
What? That. Just say it. Why did you not say it?
Well, now his books are on fire.
Are they? Where did the books go? Did they catch the books on fire?
I didn't see it happen. I'm just supposed.
Let's come up with a plan this time. Like, answer the question when he asks it.
私も頑張る。
どうしようかな
This is
次出るならこれ。
awkward.
You know what? It is awkward, but I understand the lesson they're trying to give here.
Yeah,
You can't just make Melto do it.
I guess
ディ
so.
メボルケーノどこだ来てこい
Dime volcano.
Yeah.
Tell me volcano.
Oh, interesting.
If Portuguese is the same as Spanish in the use of the term dime.
Oh, that's an interesting play on things. Because it's, Haruto.
待ってたのおじさんのこと。またクイズ出してよ。
いいぞ。何時にと勝内くんがバナナを5本食
Eats
べま
5
した。
bananas.
リンゴはど
How
う
many apples will he have next?
果物はもういい。
He's already had one fruit.
正解。
That's cute.
あさってには包帯外していいって。
そうか。
やっとおじさんの顔が見れる。
来週俺は旅に出るかもしれない。
そうなの？もうすぐお母さんが来るんだ。会って言ってよ。
いや、ちょっと
Nice.
少
Yeah,
ない
that
用
was
事が。
Well, he found a kid who gets his questions right.
Yeah.
そういうことか。
Wait. He was outside the hospital room? Oh, right, because
Because
he followed
he
them.
did the audio assault.
And
What? Why, Zool? What are you up to?
誰にでも弱点が。
oh no, he's gonna kidnap the kid and try and use it against the dinosaur.
Yeah, looks like it. Dimmy.
俺は竜相族の子。ごめんなさい。俺たちがあんたを生み出しておきながら怖がって封印した。すごく勝手だった。ごめんなさい。みんなに怖がられて寂しかったんだよな。
Aw.
誰も俺を恐れる。
Everybody's scared of him.
でも
He doesn't want the boy
あ
to
の
be
子は
scared
怖がら
of
なかった。
ハルトは俺の姿を見ていないから。
そうだからあの子の目が治って姿を見られるのが怖い。
俺の姿を見ればきっとあの子も。
ハルト君どうした
どうしました？
変な学校のショータイム言ってるのがハルト君をさらって。
Showtime.
怖いぜ。
Really? Well, that's convenient for tracking him down.
騎士流の中の騎士流出てこいや。
Enjoy how his can has the microphone.
Or maybe he's gonna use the kid to get the answers.
Maybe. We'll see.
何時にと
I ask you.
What? Nani? Where do you think little Haruto is? Oh, dude.
私に避難で入ってもいいのかな。あの子がどうなってもいいのかな。
Why, Zool?
さあ騎士、あの子を無事に返して欲しかったら私のしもべとなる。It's show time!
じゃじゃーん。どうなっちゃうの
Oh
か
no.
That's a children's tablet. It's probably his tablet.
Probably.
どうなっちゃう。どうするメラメラっと。さあ気が迫るぞ。どうする騎士流。
No, he's got to bow to the evil people.
こんなやつに従っちゃダメだ。俺があの子を救う。
どうやって。
俺には仲間がいる。俺たちは5人集まったら出したんじゃない。
It's multiplied.
Yep.
Our strength isn't added.
バカ。
Hasna was really on board with that.
1を何回かけても1だ。あ、
Okay, that just made this like the best episode right there.
そもそも何時にとピザと10回言ってみろ。
Pizza 10 times.
ピザ。
それでどうだ。
10 times.
ピザ食べたくなった。
What?
ダメだ逃げよう焼き食うたる
Is he gonna laugh?
Correct.
Now I really want pizza.
それでいいの？
みんな俺の姿に恐れ問題の本質を見失う答えはすでに問題の中にあるお前は俺の姿に恐れず感じたままを素直に答えた
Oh.
お前を信じる
The answer doesn't actually matter. You just gotta say it with confidence.
And that's why the kids' answers are always right.
ハルト君が見つ
Yeah.
か
Because children answer riddles like, first of all, they couldn't see them, and second of all,
た聞けそうると
if a kid plays riddles with somebody who tells them they're right after every answer,
Yeah.
they're going to be really confident
Yeah.
about their answers. He's already had enough fruit.
There's no single answer. It's just whichever is the most fun.
もちろんそのつもりだ絶対に
Just gotta find him.
That means that either of us would have been right,
Yeah.
as long as we were confident with our answer.
Yep.
We'd be like, pancakes! And he'd be like, yeah. Or I'd be like, pan of spinach for bread. And he'd be like, yeah. Because both of us were very sure of ourselves. And that's all that matters. 'I like.
There we go.
I would still be interested in finding out what magical creature he's supposed to be.
Yeah.
Watch it be a kappa after I said it was not a kappa.
It doesn't look like Kappa. He's got a mist. Some sort of sea creature.
I'm a little bit worried about the fact that he says rolling and then it's going to have hallucinations.
Yeah.
Mostly because if I'm thinking about the words rolling and hallucination in the same sentence, I'm thinking someone's high.
気をつけろあのマイナスは幻を見せる
Yeah.
早く倒さないとハルト君が
But it's gotta be. We also know nothing about the source of this mind sword. Burning soul. Oh, he's got a power up from Dima Volcano. Nice. That's a nice power up. That is lovely.
That is really good looking.
I really like that armor.
Me too.
It got the orange touches. It looks great.
Transparent fire.
And it's nice and sleek. That's a really
That is
nice design.
super sleek.
I honestly hope we get to see more of these full chest armors rather than just the single arms, because that's really nice looking.
That is.
あんなのまともに相手できる
Crazy strong. We're not gonna mess with that.
Plus it's orange. You
What?
don't get to see
I
orange.
said, come on.
どうせ子供に助かんねえよ
Poor
I
kid.
stand there!
Poor kid.
There are very few phrases I know in Japanese, like, by heart, and that's one of them.
Which one was that again?
Basket!
Does that help me?
Yes.
It's a good one to know.
Yeah. Most of the ones I know are...
Hey, he saved the little kid somehow.
A few I picked up, just because anime, but a lot of the ones I picked up are ones that I picked up because they'd be useful.
Yeah.
よかった
I also know how to say I'm a stupid foreigner. Help me, I'm a stupid foreigner. I figure that ought to get me pretty far.
I'm really looking forward to hopefully seeing more armors for the rest of them. That's so nice. How'd they find him to begin with?
どうしてここにああ それね、このお父さんのカバンの中にね、なんだ入ってたんだよね。
Okay, so something's going on with this guy. I hope they follow up with that, because that's interesting.
I think they're bringing, hopefully, these guys back into the story here by having him get possessed or whatever.
The questions asked by the
シジュウ
Dino
の恐ろしき姿
are
に
to test
より
fear in the
惑う
face
こ
of
と
its
なく
deadful.
感じたまま
Huh,
答え
just
た。
answer what comes to mind. Yeah,
上
there you
は
go.
洪水下も洪水
それただの洪水だったんだね。
難しい。
They just blew Melto's mind.
He's gonna go see the dinosaur, and the dinosaur's gonna be so happy that
クイ
he's
ズの
not
おじ
scared
さ
of
んは
him.
ここにいるの？
そうおじさんはね、
知ってるよ。大きくて強くて
Yeah, he's really big and strong.
見たことないんだよね。
見なくてもわかるよ。大きくて強くて優しい。
He's awed instead of scared.
なんてよかったな。
Aww.
Yeah.
ありがとう。
He did just... I really hoped they were gonna facilitate a meeting.
Yeah.
Obviously, Mom can't see him. She'd freak out. I gotta switch arms. I can never do this part left-handed.
Flailing arms are flailing. The flailing arms are flailing. There we go. Yep. What do we got next time? Geysorg's finally showing up. There we go. Giant Ooey. Okay. Fun time. Oh, and we still haven't resolved this thing with the Minosaur yet.
Yep.
Okay, so we'll be continuing on this story, and it looks like we got a lot of fun stuff going on.
I wanted more Uetatsui.
There we
That
go.
is
That is a
definitely
lot
more
more of
Uetatsui.
You know, I'd say this was probably the best episode.
Yeah.
It was fun. It was cute. I wasn't sure where they were going at first with the riddle, and I like where they ended up going.
I love where it ended up. Holy mo...
That was very cute.
Please.
More of this.
Latch onto this and roll forward with it. Because it could be a fluke because it's only one. But this feels like they found their footing.
Yeah, this was... Well, it
was solid.
It's been very childish in a lot of ways. And I think that focusing around a child worked really well for them. I know that's sort of a controversial thing when it comes to Sentai and Toku and kid shows in general. Whenever you center around a kid, some people find kids annoying, whatever. I do like it a lot of the time.
They centered around a kid without having the kid on screen all that much.
Yeah. That was super cute. That was super cute. I like that we went with the super cute episode. Because they haven't been able to get...
pathos?
Yeah, they haven't been able to get really, like, serialization down very well. They haven't had, complex mysteries really working.
No, but if they can bring the heartwarming like
But
this...
that was very cute. That was very cute. And it was... And, as we've established before, Ko is an absolute sweetheart of a character.
Well, that's why once he followed the kid there, I followed him, saw the kid, I kind of figured that Ko was going to be the one who would answer the questions.
Yeah.
I didn't realize it was going to be the confidence thing, but I did realize that in order to answer the dinosaurs' questions, you have to think like a kid. And if anyone can think like a kid,
It's Go.
It's Go.
Yeah. But it felt a little confused at the beginning in terms of I couldn't tell where the focus was with all the stress on Melto at the beginning, but that was more so just in service of the larger story rather than a specific.
And I actually kind of liked
character.
the visualization they did there,
Yeah.
where they showed the hopes.
The expectations. weighing him down.
Expectations. They fell on him and weighed him down.
Also, that math joke. You won me on the math joke. You absolutely won me on the math joke.
You multiply 1 by 1 by 1 by 1, you get 1!
That was fantastic. I've never seen anyone tear that joke.
Well, because everybody always assumes that an individual has a power greater than 1. And any power greater than 1, when you multiply it by other things, would be larger.
Just the fact they deconstructed that common phrase of "together our power isn't added, it's multiplied." It's like, oh, but that doesn't actually. That makes for a smaller number. That is wonderful that you. Oh, that was my math teacher heart has soared.
Okay,
That's honestly, that was all that episode needed to win me over. Everything else was just
I'm going to say something. If they wrote the rest of this on psilocybin, on shrooms, I think this one was done on MDMA. Because that's the one that makes everybody feel huggy and heartwarming.
Okay.
And this was definitely heartwarming.
It was very cute. I loved everything with the little kid and okay, you can't it's hard to go wrong with a heartwarming child and a giant robot.
A blind child, no less.
It's a blind child and a giant robot dinosaur. How do you go wrong with that? You can't really.
Whenever you have a friendship between a child and a mystical creature, you have a good story starting here, okay?
Generally
You've got the Iron Giant, you've got Pete's Dragon, you've got E.T., you've got something cool going on when you've got a child who's friends with the strange creature from God knows where.
And Ko's power-up was gorgeous.
Oh my god, the design on that thing.
I want more of these. I'm actively looking forward to new Dino Knights because I want to see more of these armors.
If more Dino Knights mean more of these armors, we want more Dino Knights.
Like give Blue like a violet Plesiodon or however it's pronounced.
Oh, I don't know.
Plesiosaur.
You mix the dark blue with like a iridescent or sort of clearish purple. That is going to look gorgeous.
Well, the Purple Ranger from Dino Charge was a plesiosaur. It's a water creature. Imagine Blue with like a water dinosaur armor.
Yeah.
That'd be lovely. Just keep rolling off things like that.
And purple is one shade off from blue.
Exactly.
Just like orange is one shade off from red.
Yeah. And just keep rolling with these. I want to see more of this.
Oh, it's gorgeous! It's gorgeous.
And
I guess you would put yellow on green.
Yeah, because we don't have a Yellow Ranger this year. Although yellow on green, I feel wouldn't.
Well, it's one shade off, but you can't go one shade off in the other direction. You get blue.
Right. I feel like they could probably just go with a dark green, like a forest green. I think would.
Well, what about gold? Gold on green always looks good.
That's fair. That could work.
Silver on black and white on pink.
I can see all that. Yeah, that works.
Hi. Did I major in form of art in college? Yes, I did.
I know with Kamen Rider, there's always the running gag of Kamen Rider Decade being pink, and then there's always the correction. No, magenta. Pink has a little bit of yellow in it. This is pure magenta. I haven't even seen Decade, but I know that meme.
I would have thought that pink would have a teeny bit of blue in it, but okay.
Oh, it's good. Well, apparently it has a little bit of yellow in it. With the CMYK.
Yeah, no, I was thinking it would be, because, like, you add more red to get to blue from magenta. I mean, you add more blue to get to red from magenta.
Right. So you would have to add more yellow to get to pink, I guess.
I guess so. Yeah, okay. Pink is not between magenta and red. Yeah, nope, that makes sense. It's hard to tell with pink because pink is...
It's generally just a lighter shade of red.
Exactly. That's why I was thinking go toward red.
It's really more of a saturation.
Then you'd go towards red and reduce saturation.
Yeah, you really just reduce saturation on magenta and you tend to get pretty pink. But I guess it has a little, it would have
It must
a
have
little
a
bit of
little
yellow to lighten it up a little bit.
Great. Now we've got the two art majors arguing color theory.
Yeah, just a little bit. Color theory. You can do so many nice things with color theory.
I love color theory.
I've never been able to play with any of that in videos because I just don't have... I do not have the skill or the time or the resources. But I did do a little bit of light design back in college, and I did enjoy some
You need
effects.
to understand an awkward amount of color theory in order to make Copic markers.
Right.
Because the numbers and letters on them actually correspond to places on a three-dimensional color wheel.
Oh, interesting. But I did a fair bit of set design
Not three-dimensional.
back in
just
college.
it's not a flat color spectrum. It's a...
And I tried to mix my paint colors based
Biaxial.
off of the lighting colors so that
Yeah.
we could have different, so that the different colors would pop. Like when we did the Scottish play, there was a castle and it was a gray, but it was a very specific gray that I did through mixing a bunch of different colors so that when we had nighttime blue, it would have that blue tone. When we moved into the forest, the greens would pop. When it was, like a more violent or ominous scene, the reds would pop, and it would almost look like the walls were bloody. It was a really good. I really liked that.
You can do a lot of things with grays.
That
You
gray
really
was a
can.
really good gray.
Did you know that Copic actually has 3 spectrums of gray?
That's great.
Warm grays,
That's great.
warm grays, cool grays, and what they call toner gray,
Interesting.
which match the grays that you get out of a grayscale printer.
One thing that was interesting in, I saw somebody posting online an effect from an old Twilight Zone episode, where a guy was revealed to be the devil, and his face kind of transformed on screen, and it's something that we wouldn't be able to do nowadays.
Because black and white.
Because it was black and white, and they changed the color of the lighting on him to cause different makeup that was already on him to pop that was otherwise masked by the
I mean, we
color
could
of the
do
lighting.
it today, but we'd have to make a black and white film to do it.
Yeah. But it was a really nice use of color theory in a non-color medium. What are you doing?
I realized that all the stuff you have on the end of the couch is on screen.
Oh, is it? I thought I had it off the edge.
So, the blue bag was definitely here up against
okay.
my leg, so I saw it, and I was like, what's that bright blue thing?
Sorry about that.
It's a backpack.
Yeah, actually, you know what? I'm gonna see if I want to find out what this creature was this week. Because a lot of times they don't mention it. And
Yeah,
need to just
I would
check
like to know what
online.
that creature was. So, alright. So this is B32.
Yeah.
And
Shen. What's a Shen?
this is E49, right?
Okay.
So, E is for brown, because B is for blue.
Okay.
4 is the amount of saturation, and 9 is the shade, like lighter or darker.
Yeah.
So, E49, it's the darkest it can get, but less than half saturated brown. Whereas this
Okay.
is B32. See, it's a grayish blue,
Yeah.
and then it's only 2 because it's a light color.
Right.
And I grabbed these ones because they were the quickest ones to grab, but what's interesting is that
What's that?
grays only have 1 number.
Huh. Interesting. Alright, so I managed to look it up. It is based off something called a Shen, which is a shape-shifting sea monster in the form of a clam from Chinese mythology. So that's why
I said non-Western.
it did seem like a non-Western thing. It wasn't
I said Japanese at first, but then I went back to non-Western.
yeah, because they haven't really been leaning into Japanese myth so far.
But there are a lot of non-Western mythological creatures that
Yeah.
don't immediately come to mind for us, but probably would immediately come to mind for someone in the East.
I'd never heard of a
because
Shen
China's
before.
right next door, and they probably share a lot of those stories.
Also, I will say, Wyzul has overall just been a better villain than Tank Joe was. As much fun as Tank Joe was as a name and a design, he really lacked distinguishing characteristics as a villain.
Fair enough.
And Wyzul has been very active as a villain, very clever as a villain. He's got a whole lot of personality. He's been overall much better than Tank.
I love that we're getting good at spotting Wyzul as people.
As soon as the person gives a suspicious glance, it's like, oh, Wyzul, what are you doing there?
Yeah.
Also, the glasses being that light blue shade kind of tipped me off, too.
Oh, the cat's eye glasses, you're right. They were kind of a Wyzul shade of blue.
Exactly. The combo of the glasses with the look.
You're just like, well, that's Wyzul.
Yeah. And he does seem to like doing that every episode.
The actors seem to be doing a pretty good job of all of them having the same body language.
Yeah. It's going to be interesting
don't
to have
like, different body languages for different people he's imitated.
Yeah.
So far, all three of them, I'm thinking Kita, the friend, and this nurse, have very similar body language.
Yeah. Fita.
Fita.
And we're getting the return of Geysorg next episode, so we might be seeing an uptick now.
Which, by the way, is kind of stilted and a little bit Finch-esque, which I think has something to do with the fact that Wyzul himself cannot turn his head.
Well, he's got this whole... He does everything with his shoulders.
Wyzul can't turn his head, so
shoulders.
since they're all trying to be Wyzul, a lot of them are leading a little bit with their shoulders, too. And that's why I say Finch-esque.
He's got those big, broad shoulders, too.
Because he's got that neck injury, so he's doing everything with his shoulders, too.
But we get to... But next week we get to actually see Dime Volcano in action.
I want to know if anybody knows if Dime Volcano actually is a play on Tell Me Volcano.
It could be.
Because he says... What does he say?
Tell
me this, or answer me this?
Yeah. Well, he is clearly a Dimetrodon, is the point of the
other
Dime,
thing.
but it would be fun if it was that double...
If it was a double pun, if they did that on purpose. I might just be seeing things, but there's a lot of Portuguese in the show,
and there was so much... They did so much characterization on Dime Volcano that I was not anticipating, especially considering none of the other Kishiryu have gotten anywhere near that level of characterization.
Yeah, the only one that even comes close
Tiramigo,
is Tiramigo.
and he can barely even talk.
Tira.
He's
a Pokemon!
Well,
Tira.
He can speak a little bit, we've established.
Oh, that's right.
Because he picked it up from TV. But Dime Volcano can just talk. And I'm down for that. That was one of the fun things with Abba Ranger, actually. In Abba Ranger, although they didn't bring that over in Dino Thunder, all of the Zords could talk. And usually they would actually speak to them through their morphers. You know how the morphers were like their little heads? Mm-hmm. So every now and again the mouth would open. Hey, we got this to say.
Oh, I love that. That's adorable.
Yeah. They did that, if I recall correctly, a little bit in Lost and Found translation.
Of course.
Here we go. Hey, how you doing?
Yeah, but Dime Volcano does have an awful lot of characterization.
Yeah.
I guess he has to be able to talk in order to be a riddle master, though.
Exactly. And he befriended the little boy, and that was all. I'm really looking forward now to seeing more of these Kishiryu, if they can have that same level of personality.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Cephalozord from Dino Thunder, which was a little boxer, that one actually, they hatched from an egg within, they hatched most of them from eggs. But that one, when they hatched from an egg at home, and they kind of raised him, and he was only like this big for like 2 episodes before he was actually out in battle and grew full size. It was super cute.
That sounds adorable.
Abba Ranger was the first Sentai I actually watched in full. It was the first Sentai I really watched outside of like maybe an episode of Zyuranger on YouTube before it disappeared.
Can we blame Lost in Translation for this? Lost and Found in Translation?
No, actually, it was my college roommate.
Oh.
Which was so unexpected, because I was watching Dino Thunder every morning, and he kind of got into it. And so he ended up ordering Abba Ranger online, ordered all the DVDs because he was curious about it.
Was this your freshman roommate?
My sophomore year roommate.
Okay.
Jeff, who I spooked out in LA that one time. Okay, so this is a bit of a funny story. My sophomore roommate in college, he ended up changing majors to same major that we had, which was electronic
Media Arts and Communications.
And
it's a dual major.
And he ended up getting an internship and eventually a job out working for G4 TV.
Yeah, out west.
Attack of the Show. And so he was a year or two older than me. He was a year older than me. He graduated before me, and I had an internship the year after my senior year, my actual senior year, my fourth year, as opposed to. I was technically a senior. I was technically a senior for 3.5 years with a bit of grad school in the middle. It's very complicated. Anyway, during the summer in between my actual senior year and my year of grad school, I had an internship working on a Nicktoon. I've mentioned this before, Attack of the Power of Juju. So I was out in California, staying with a friend, and my friend had a friend who worked at G4, and I'm like, do you know Jeff? Well, I only know this one Jeff, and his name is... That's the Jeff I know! So I actually went with him over down to G4 TV one day, just, he down to the office, and I just, walked down, I'm like, oh, hey, Jeff. And he's like, hey, wait. What's happening? He was, terrified, because he had no idea how I just showed up at his job.
In California.
With no warning, on the other side of the country. I'm like, oh, I've been monitoring you for the last 2 years.
Which, by the way, if you guys want to place that year in reality, was also the same summer as the first Power Morphicon.
Yes, that was the year I was out for the first Power Morphicon.
That's the year that he cosplayed a Zord, which he never really could do nowadays because transporting that is a terrible idea.
Yes.
But at the time, you were living in California doing the internship.
But I spooked him so bad because he was just like. Oh, I've just been monitoring you for the last 2 years. You didn't know that? Huh?
I'm surprised the rabbit didn't eat your Zord.
That's true. I managed to keep it in a good spot. I forget.
He was couch surfing with someone who had a rabbit.
Yeah, that rabbit was all over the place.
That rabbit ate my books. He brought my books. He brought them to California and came back. Rabbit.
Because the rabbit knocked it off the table and chewed away at it, which I wasn't expecting him to do because I thought the table was too tall. My bad.
But no, I'm surprised at the rabbit because your Zord just made of cardboard.
Yeah, I know. And maybe the tinfoil dissuaded him.
Yeah, it probably doesn't.
Nobody wants to chew on tinfoil.
No, because it gives you shocks or something, doesn't it?
No, it's just metal. You don't want to chew on metal. It feels uncomfortable.
I was given to believe that the aluminum foil actually interacts with your saliva and can cause shocking feelings.
I guess it could, and maybe a little bit, but it's mostly just an unpleasant texture.
That too.
But yeah,
I could be wrong.
So that's a little bit of
foil either because it seems like a bad idea.
But anyway, he ordered the DVDs of Abba Ranger when we were living together, and we watched the whole series together, and it was very cool. Back when that was really your only way to watch Sentai. But yeah, so back to Ryusoulger. I'm so glad that it started to pick up after that. Honestly, I feel like the two-parter with the singers just felt all over the place.
Weird.
The second part of that was really where we felt like we hit peak weird.
My sister's allergic to bad singing.
And then after that, we got the treasure chest, which was
breaking the rules.
Which
still
was
don't
really
know what
weird, but at least
clam
a little bit
monster
better.
is even made of. Was it a person or was it a clamshell?
Presumably a person. It's still out there, so we're going to be seeing it next week. So I guess we'll be focusing on that Minosaur next week.
I'd love to find out. I hope next week we'll find out what that Minosaur was made of, or who.
Yeah.
What
so this,
or who
this
that
is
Minosaur was made of.
another two-part thing with the Minosaur. And I thought it was fine that it didn't really
and
need
we got
the focus.
to have honey. I blew up the Ooey.
Yeah, I want to know what that is. I also want to know what's going on with her dad. We introduced some interesting things, and this is definitely...
Yeah, her dad definitely got temporarily possessed.
This had a lot of little interesting elements. It was fun. It was heartwarming.
I would like to further explore the Ooey's dad's temporarily possessed thing.
I feel like there's starting to be a little bit of a story happening there, and we're getting Geizorg next week, which should also be a major change-up too.
Yeah.
So those are all good things to look forward to, and I think that's a good place to wrap it up. I know you got stuff to do today.
I do.
And I should probably do some things myself as well. So, until next time, farewell, Ranger fans, and let the power protect you.
Pizza, 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 pizza,
Oh,
pizza,
he's a
pizza.
raven like a writing desk.